Hello, my most amazing Prima artists. How are you today? Well, today we are going to make a mobile. I hope you already watched the art history video about Alexander Calder. Remember, he was the artist who made those amazing mobiles, which are sculptures that like hang from the ceiling. And he liked to make his so that they could move when the breeze would blow. And the shapes would kind of show different shadows as they moved around. And so I am going to have us just do a fun little paper mobile today. If you don't have these two papers, I will be putting a file on Seesaw so your parents can print it out if you need it. Otherwise, you could draw your own on a piece of regular white paper just by drawing a big spiral and then doing a big triangle with like a spiraling triangle in the inside. So you could make your own if you need to. Okay, now there's one quick thing I need to fix on my directions here. It says Prima Art Assignment. Add colorful designs to the triangle, circle, and square. Oops, we are not doing a square. We're only doing two. So you're not missing anything. You just need the triangle and the circle. And then it says cut out the shapes, then cut on the dashed lines. Attach to a hanger to make your own mobile. And so I would like to challenge you, like you colored that goldfish picture with so many patterns, I would like to challenge you to use patterns when you color on these mobiles. But the other thing I want you to know is you're gonna like this mobile a lot better if you also color the back, because you'll be able to see kind of both sides when you cut it out. So I'm gonna start by just showing you kind of a fun way to color on the back. So I would flip it over, and then I would and it doesn't have to be fancy, because when you cut it out, you won't even really be able to see any special kind of design on the back, but we just want to add some color. So I would pick out 3 or 4 crayons and just put them all in a group and grab them with your fist like this, and then just have some fun adding color to the back of your picture. So you could just really quickly put one spot of color there, and then another here. I want to see some pattern on this side. So I will be fast forwarding through this, but I want you to know that I'm not going to be picky about how you do the pattern or what you use. You could use colored pencil, you could use crayons, you could use markers. I'm going to use my twistable slick sticks again, which are basically like super smooth crayons, and they go a little bit faster so that my video won't be so long. But I'm going to just show you that I'm going to do a pattern. Okay, so that one is colored in. I'm gonna just set this aside for a second while I color the other one. And then I'll show you how to cut them out. Okay, when you're done coloring, it's time to grab your scissors. All right, so make sure you've got a pair of scissors ready. And here is your job. And this is really good practice with using scissors. Make sure you hold your scissors so that the small circle is on top and your thumb goes in there, and the big oval shape is on the bottom and your forefingers go in there. And then you can snip, snip, snip and turn your paper as you go. So your thumb should be pointing up at you. All right, now we're gonna start by cutting around the circle. So you're gonna cut off the white paper on the outside edge. And that white paper you can throw away. That's trash. All right, so that's the first thing you do. Now, hopefully you can still see the little dotted dashed lines. And now you're gonna cut on those. So you find where it starts, which is for me is right here. And you just keep opening and closing your scissors and curving your paper. So your scissors don't have to be curving. It's the hand holding the paper that curves, all right? So you just keep your scissors pointing straight ahead. Okay, and when you get done, you just stop. All right? Okay, now you have to make sure it all gets lined up. So basically, try not to fold it and just lay it all back down so you can see your pattern again, okay? And then, once you can see that pattern, then you should pick up the middle and hold it up like this. And then you'll be able to see it is a big spiral shape. And I'll show you mine in a video in just a minute. But that's what you're gonna hang from a hanger. So I'm going to set that down, but basically you tape that to the edge of a hanger. Or, you know, you don't have to use a hanger. You can use whatever you have at home. If you have like a stick and you want to just like wrap it around a stick and put a piece of tape on it, that's fine too. That might even be prettier than a hanger. I might go find a stick instead of a hanger. Okay, I am going to cut out the triangle now. So again, you just cut out the triangle shape around the outside edge, and then you can throw away the white paper scrap. Then you're gonna find the dotted dashed line and where it starts. So it starts over here. You're gonna cut straight ahead, and then when you get to the corner, remember, you turn your paper. So you might have to pull your scissor out and then put it back in. Once you get to the middle, you just make a snip. You can cut out that little tiny triangle if you want to, or you can leave it in. That's up to you. Okay, then you lay it down, make sure it doesn't get tangled, then you pull up the middle, and then you'll see it kind of make a cool shape. All right, I'm gonna go attach mine to a stick, and then I'll show you what the final thing looks like. So remember, you can totally use a hanger for this part, or you can go out in your yard and find a stick. I just walked outside and went under my tree and found this awesome little stick out there. And I'm gonna tell you that now is the time where you can also get a little creative with all the things you put on your mobile. Now, I'm only requiring these 2 pieces, but if you want to put other things also on your mobile, you can do that too. So I am going to use tape to attach some of my things, but you could just hang it over without even attaching. I mean, it'll just stick the way it is if you just hang it over there, or you can use a stapler, or you can use glue. And so I'm just gonna put a little piece of tape on the back and make sure that it touches and wraps around and touches the stick. That's the middle of the triangle. And then I'm gonna also do the middle of the circle. I'm gonna put that one over on this side. So I'm just gonna wrap that tape around there, okay? Now I'm going to add a few other things that are totally optional. And you might not have these things, you might have other things, or you might just leave it the way it is. One thing you could add is if you have any special kind of ribbon or yarn or string. If you want to tie any of those on, you just tie a knot, or have someone at home help you tie it on, or you could tape it on. And then you just have to cut it however long you want it. You might have something that you could put beads on. So I'm gonna tie on this little plastic piece, and then I'm gonna put a knot. I'm gonna put some beads on, and then I'm gonna put a knot at the end. Maybe you have some fake flowers or some jewelry, or anything you find that you would want to hang from your mobile. You can add extra things, so that is up to you. Now I'm just going to put a few more things on, and then I'm going to take a picture of mine to show it to you. All right, so here is my mobile hanging from my window. I ended up trimming off the bottom of this long circle one and taping the bottom part at the top. So I ended up with like 3 of these kind of curly parts. And then I also tied on some fun little crayons on the bottom of my ribbons because I thought those were cute. And that's my mobile. Now remember, you don't have to do anything fancy with yours. You can just show me the spiral circle and the triangle, and that's totally great. But I want you to feel free to be creative and add other things to your mobile if you want to. All right, be on the lookout for all things beautiful. Take a photo and attach it to your response.